All right, Huge Movie Fanatics here, coming to review the sequel to Jeepers Creepers, also known as
Jeepers Creepers 2.
which you probably are not too
God,
happy with.
I don't know why they do it.
What would you call it?
Repeatedly. Well, Jeepers Creepers doesn't really make sense anymore because the
Oh,
whole
that's-
song
that's
was
true.
about the eyes.
Oh, right, so, yeah.
So, I don't know, Creeper on a bus or something like that.
All right, Creeper on a Bus, Jeepers Creepers 2.
Because he's literally standing on it at one point, so
Yeah.
the title could work. I don't know.
So I got, like I said in the Jeepers Creepers review, I got both movies for $3 on DVD, so, yeah, I know. So I was very impressed, obviously, with the first one. I imagine maybe watch the second one the next day or something like that. Very, I was just like, whoa, I want to see what, and I saw on the back of the box that the same guy did the second
Yeah.
one, so I was like, holy shit, man, let's see what we got. Unfortunately, I should have watched them, but I can't remember much. Maybe I'll just have you take off and then I'll remember. Well, let me say something quick. One thing that you take off.
Okay. Jeepers Creepers 2 was another sort of unassuming movie. You saw the first one and you weren't expecting much, and what you got out of it was really kind of great. The second one, to a lesser extent, is sort of the same way. The characters aren't quite as well developed. They're not as good of performers in those roles. But what works is the thrill ride, the action aspect of this movie, which the second one takes a Terminator 2 stance, where it becomes much more about,
Oh, really?
this is an action
Event.
movie kind of thing. And it's the creeper versus a school bus kind of thing, and he's fighting these 20 kids or whatever who are slowly getting picked off by the creeper, who needs various organs of them in his final day before he goes into hibernation. And it takes this sort of fun thrill ride. Well, you don't care quite as much for all of the characters as you did for the first one. You want to see how it's going to end and whether or not the creeper's going to succeed, or if they're going to be able to stop him, and or if he can even be stopped. And it got to be really kind of fun and engaging, and I really enjoyed the movie. At the end of the day, I'd give it 3 stars. It's not as good as the first one, but as sequels go, it's a strong.
Hell of a great sequel for being the same person who came up with the first one.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why I think a third one, would be,
Well, like, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
there's an unfinished storyline. There were survivors from the second one who could easily team up with the character from the first movie and take this thing out. Say the day it arrives from hibernation again. And, because I guess, spoiler alert, it goes into hibernation, it doesn't die.
So unfortunately I should have probably watched these two, but again, watching movies just to review is just kind of like whatever, if there's more than one involved. And I can remember really being impressed with it. I'd go 3 stars as well. It's not as good as the first, but it's a lot more competent than you'd think a sequel would be.
It's certainly, especially today we reviewed the Final Destination movies and the Saw movies, where it's like, this is actually not a bad sequel in terms of, it continues the same thread, and there sort of seems to be a reason for its existence.
Kind of like
somewhat.
Aliens in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but it seems like they cover more of the creepers, whatever.
Mm-hmm. The life cycle of the
That kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember one thing that I can really remember specifically that I loved. I think the scene takes place at night. I can't remember. And this is just a testament to the director's great vision and just imagination, where this girl's on a bus or something and they're driving and it's night, and I don't know if she's dreaming or whatever, or thinks she sees him, but she looks out, and I think the footage is daytime of the creeper, in the running or whatever through the corn or whatever, and he's like throws the thing, and it's like, I can't remember exactly how the scene went, but I remember feeling like, wow, that is really cool to she somehow knows what happened. The tire just went psss right after that or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know why she experienced that, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it does.
But it was just very cool.
Yeah. The movie's a cool movie. I think that's why it sort of gets a pass. It's not as strongly written or performed or anything, but it's cool, it's fun, and that's what the movie was designed for. So.
And again, I think it was kind of out in the desolate, wasn't it?
Yeah, it took place in the same town.
Same
It
thing.
was the same
And I do like the idea of, instead of just having a couple people again, to have a busload of
They went a different route than rather have it be a revenge tale or anything like that.
Yeah. just have it
So-
happen again to another bunch of people, is that right?
Yeah.
I feel like an idiot reviewing movies that especially, well, when you don't care about the movies, like Sal's or Final Destination, it's not as big a deal, but when you like a movie and you can't remember the details, because I know if I knew the details, I'd be like saying, I like this, and I like this, and I like this, but I can't remember the details. So, I give it 3 stars, Jeepers Creepers 2, pretty amazing sequel, and I'd be very excited to see
I would be
a
there
third one.
for a third one right away.
Because at the end of the second one, don't they have them hung up on they got them hung up on the inside of the
Yeah.
barn or something? And
Yeah.
we do go to the future, I think, at the end, didn't we? I don't know where it is in relation to when, but it is further in the future than I think even now,
Yeah.
or something. It was like I can't remember how it ends, it was a couple of years or something before it was supposed to come alive again or
Yeah.
something. And I remember being kind of surprised that they had some old 50s truck, and it just seemed weird, but, because I think it was supposed to be very close to
Yeah.
the time that the third one would be.
Yeah.
And the guy's sitting there with the gun or
Which would
something.
be, but yeah, it's 2030 is when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, those cars, 1950 cars, gonna be kind of rare.
Yeah.
You know,
pretty much.
so he should have, if he would have been pulling up in a 2000, that would have been an oldie. But anyway, I think we're done.
That's it.
Jeepers Creepers 2, thanks for watching.